Also brought to you by Reflections, UCCI, and Yum.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local environment. This is where we address the topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, Cayman Islands. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm just happy to say I'm here. I know my guests are happy to say that they're here as well. We've all had quite a frantic morning, but we have made it. It's a beautiful day. It's the here I go with the business buzz again. It's the buzz. And I'm your host, Kathy Miller. I'm very happy to welcome in studio from the Caymanian Community Party. We have Sabrina Turner for Prospect and Osborne Bodden for Bodden Town West. So good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good morning to our listeners. Good to be here.
I just want our listeners to know, and you should know, a lot of our longtime listeners should know that back in the day, Sabrina was one of our hosts on, it was then the Business Buzz,
Correct.
And it would be in the middle of the night. I would email her notes being like, okay, this is what the segment is for the morning in about 7 hours, and the tables have turned in that sense. So for me, it's an honor to actually be hosting you on the show. And
Pleasure, so mine.
as you're coming to hopefully be re-elected, right?
Yes.
So
All in the hands of God right now and the voters of Prospect, because even though we're here this morning as members of the Caymanian Community Party as one team, pretty much 3.5 months old party, when you're actually placed in that position, it teaches you exactly what the role that I used to hold. It's teamwork. And here we are this morning making it work.
We
are. We're going to deliver, and you canvass on the grounds in single member constituency. You win the hearts, and you be honest and genuine with the people, hoping that they cast their vote on April 30th for number 3 on the ballot, Sabrina Turner. It will be made based on the works that I have been able to do in pretty much such a short time. 4 years go by quickly, but for the first 2 years was pretty much shackled with reopening. But I'm quite sure locally they have seen what I've been able to do as a first-time elected member of Parliament and given the honour to serve at the pleasure of the Premier to be a cabinet minister. So, yes, it's the mercies of God, and I know the people of Prospect will do the right thing on April 30th, and I'm looking forward to continuing serving them for a second time around.
Now, you said the people have known what you've done, but I think we should remind them, because I've known you to be a very hard worker over the years, and you've done some great things in Prospect.
Correct.
So let's remind the people what are some of the accomplishments that you have made for Prospect over the past 4 years.
Sure, thank you. And trust me, that list is long. We are compiling and we're gathering it on our website. But some of the key takeaways that I've done is the big flooding has been an issue, and it's obviously become now it is a national issue. But one of the greatest takeaways is that temporarily there was an extraction pump that was placed on a property in Patrick's Island, keeping a natural soakaway and the swales cleared, even during an impending storm or during dry weather. And that has proven that once we keep that natural soakaway at bay, down to a certain level, that when the rains do come in, that there is no flooding or excessive standing water after the rains have gone. I have been able to work along with my cabinet colleague, Minister J. Ebanks, who was instrumental in making sure that got done. And even though I'm not sitting as a cabinet minister right now, I am aware that those infrastructure works continues. Another huge takeaway is that the people of Bedrock Circle, when I took office in 2021, they almost reminded me like what the residents of Randyke were experiencing, and seeing what those risks were, knowing that they're built what is like on a spring. It's really, really wet down in Bedrock Circle. There were 8 drains that were installed, and that has aided in actually keeping them from being flooded out of their homes. Now, there's much more work to be done in the Prospect area because there are culverts that needs to be open, and after the highway was installed or put in place, it's like it created a natural basin between the ridge of Spot Strait and in between the road itself. So one of the biggest accomplishments for the people of Prospect, and I know those who are there, living there for over 30 odd years, can say that in the past 2.5 years, the flooding has been actually alleviated with this pilot exercise that has actually required me to visit areas that I do not even represent on a constituency level. I have visited yards in South Sound. It is public that they have even reached out to me on our community chats to check the flooding by prep school. So besides that,
Can I ask you to come to Bodden Town?
Of course, it would be an honor. It would be an honor.
The people of Cumber Avenue and the people of Belford would be, this is something that we need to seriously
Correct.
look
It
at.
is a national issue, but what I'm saying, I was able to demonstrate understanding the water flow in Prospect, having been on the ground and a resident there for 21 years. That was one of the key things. And I don't say things if I don't believe wholeheartedly that I can deliver. We established a constituency office that has done wonders, and it has brought a change for the electoral district of Prospect and has serviced people from all 3 Cayman Islands. And that office, we have put on a number of events such as Mother's Day, prayer breakfast, Father's Day, happy hour. We had a happy hour on Friday. That was excellent. And we have our annual Christmas party. We have a Halloween haunted house. That office is transformed to a haunted house. And everyone will know me during Christmas Eve, going through the constituency, sharing Christmas cheer, just to name a few things that we have done. Huge success was the summer camp that offered free meals for the children. The first time it was offered was 3 solid weeks, and we took those kids to all of the historic sites in the Cayman Islands, and everything was paid for out of pocket. And we've had persons within my team who we all just bonded together and made sure it became a reality. That's another key takeaway for me during this tenure, is my volunteers, my friends, my family have really bought into exactly what I'm doing, and they support me wholeheartedly. It's only a team of approximately 6 or 7 people, if that.
And you get it done.
And we get it done. We get it at a level. And I kudos to my constituency office assistants, Miss Joyce Ann Green and Miss Bianca Miles, my husband, my family. And when you get into calling names, then you get in problems. But the face of that constituency office lies between Miss Bianca Miles and Miss Joyce Ann. Of course, our respective partners and family members and true friends, volunteers who are true volunteers but have never left my side, from our driver to our sound man that goes through the constituency. You know, I just want to let them know wholeheartedly how grateful I am for them for sticking with me. And, you know, being elected in 2021, the people had a choice, and they chose me. I delivered, and I'm asking them for an opportunity, hoping this time around we wouldn't be encumbered by any natural disasters, another pandemic of any sort, that honestly, this administration come 1st of May, whoever that government composition will be, but we are confident, we're going to speak it into existence, that it will be the 10 TCCP candidates that will be elected to office. Mr. Andre Ebanks, the next Premier of the Cayman Islands, being supported by the rest of his 9 team members, is elected into political office. A vote for me is a vote for Andre. A vote for Mr. Osborne Bodden is a vote for Andre. And that's where we need to pretty much
Set the mind.
That's right. Because single member constituencies and voting back how we used to vote back in the day, it's a little different.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with relationships, personalities. Don't judge your candidate that you're going to elect on April 30th because maybe there was a speed bump that was not placed in your road at the time. But look at the wider issues. Don't think so insular that it's only you, even though it is personal to you because you are believing in that person that you're voting for. But the separation of powers, the delivery and operational arm of how government works, many a times your representatives are doing all we can, but understanding the separation of powers and responding at pace is sometimes slowed down because we are working to service the entire island, and but we're continuing to be advocates for the main reason we have won your hearts over during a campaign. We have shown that we have remained connected, and we are committed to doing that. Set your mind to that and look at what your representative have done, how they have represented. Look at them, their core values, where integrity, dedication is concerned. And if there's any misunderstandings, we hear this narrative that we are the quitters. We quit the government. We didn't quit the people. We did not. When you cast your vote on the 30th of October, you are casting your vote to elect a member of parliament. You're not casting your vote for a minister. You're not casting your vote for a premier. You serve as a cabinet minister at the pleasure of the premier. How it works is you're bounded then by collective responsibility, but what's happening as a cabinet minister. If for some reason you see that you're not able to serve, why the people have elected you to serve at a certain standard that would go against really who the people know you are, you have the choice under the Constitution to resign through the governor to no longer serve that sitting premier. You're not stepping away. We didn't quit the people of the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, that is a narrative that's going around. So I appreciate that you
I am so
stand
happy
for
to
what you stand for.
Yes, and when you look at that again, you come out to our meetings, you get to learn more as I'm canvassing, because that is the narrative. Why do you want to vote for someone who quit on you when that individual quit their job when you needed them most? We heard the resounding no. Why are we building the school of opulence? What's going on with the dump? We resigned because we did not like what we saw, what we observed, what kept coming out, to stand up for the people. But I need to remind persons that when they vote come April 30th, you're not voting for a minister of cabinet. You're not voting for a premier. We continue to serve the people that elected us in our individual constituencies, even after we tendered our resignation from the premier. We did not quit the people.
We got to go to a break. And when we come back from the break, I want to hear from Mr. Osborne Bodden and what his plans are for Bodden Town.
Hey, Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked. You can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents, browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students, just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
It's March Madness at Reflections. Shop the red tag sale until the end of March at Reflections. Save on kids, men's, and women's selected style shoes and sneakers. Brands like Nike, Puma, Reebok, and Dockers 50% off. Adidas 60% off. Ladies jeans in select styles at 50% off. And ladies tops from $9.99. Men step out in your Levi's $5.50. Now 25% off. All accessories and handbags tags 50% off. Shop the March Madness red tag sale at Reflections all month long and be entered to win 2 Cayman Airways tickets. That's mad!
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and in studio with me this morning from the Caymanian Community Party, we have Sabrina Turner for Prospect and Osborne Bodden for Bodden Town West. Now, we heard from Miss Turner right before the break, and now we're going to turn to Osborne. Now, let me give you a little intro here. You were first elected in 2005, and you became a backbencher with the PPM government and served as a chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. You were re-elected in 2013 and first appointed Minister for Health, Sports and Culture before becoming Minister of Community Affairs, Youth and Sports from 2015 to 2017. The past 3 years saw you serve as chair of the HSA board, and you've had extensive experience in the private sector and insurance, and as a successful entrepreneur for many years with Lorna's Rubus and Grape Tree Cafe. Now, who doesn't know Grape Tree, right? But you're back this time around seeking to be elected to form our next government. So what prompted your return to politics?
Thank you, Kathy, and good morning again, and good morning to you folks that are stuck in traffic coming in from the east. We're going to make sure we work hard at that to alleviate some of the stress involved. Back in politics, well, Kathy, I didn't see this one coming, as it were. Last year, I was looking at all of the going-ons in Parliament, and I really didn't want to be a part of that, you know. But I have a deep passion and deep love and care for this country and its people. And when I found out about the TCCP, well, even before I found out about the TCCP, I started doing my own, because I was being strongly encouraged by the people of Bodden Town West. That's the truth. And that, you know, when you get one person, two persons, but when you get a multitude of them coming at you, the pressure starts to build. And even my own son, you know, got involved in it, and Dad, you need to really stand up and do this for the country. So I started doing my groundwork from the latter part of November, and had chats with different people, and some in the political arena, mostly those outside. And then I found out about the TCCP, and I had a conversation with the now leader and Mr. Panton at the time. And, you know, discussing it and what the TCCP stood for, the Caymanian Community Party, truly caring, compassionate people. We, at that time, they had just five members, it was. Well, yeah, 5. M had come on and made 6, and then I came on as number 7. But sitting there and talking to them about what Cayman was going through and what needed to be done, and the kind of people that it would take to make a change in the direction of Cayman, I felt a connection. And I must say it was not it was not fake at all. It was real, because I've since January 13th, when I resigned as chair of the HSA and came on board with my old minister here. Not old, but former minister. You know, it's been amazing. The team has quickly gelled, and we added a few other members since me. But all solid people that have come on board with a deep love and passion for this country. And I think most people that put themselves up for office do have that. But there are levels of commitment, and there are levels of integrity that's important to me. This group is as solid as a rock. And we yes, we don't agree on everything. Don't get me wrong. We sit and we argue, and we have different points of view, but we are solidly working towards our manifesto, which is, I think, about to be launched in the very near future. And we all have our commitments to our constituencies, and we know the needs of those constituencies. Bodden Town West it's no secret now, I think, the secret is out, has been neglected over the last 8 years in terms of representation. The incumbent, he started off as a very fairly popular MP, and he was the deputy premier once the PAC government was formed, and Minister of Finance. Very, very powerful position to hold. But that didn't last because for his own actions, he was fired from the position of deputy premier, and then he eventually was gone from being a minister to over in what we call the southeast corner of Parliament, which is the corner on your right when you come in, and you're not opposition and you're not government, and over there you can make a lot of noise, but there's very little to be done. And therefore, the people of Bodden Town West did not have anyone to really make a difference for them anymore. On top of that, he doubled down by not being a good representative for them. He is unavailable for interaction, for responding to calls, or just dealing with their queries, answering their WhatsApps or whatever it is. Simply being available, no office to meet him at, nothing like that. So they felt totally neglected. And I've seen it, and everywhere I go in my canvassing, I hear it. And that is basically where you have failed the people.
How are you looking to change that narrative? Like, what are the people for Bodden Town looking for from you, and what are you hoping to change there?
Well, that's a very good question, and I have no problem with that at all, because we're going to have an office. We're going to have a network of people around me, and we've already identified a lot of issues in Bodden Town West, which I'll speak to. But once you are there as an MP for a constituency, I've never had the privilege of serving on the single member constituency. I did multi-member, and I served from Spot Newlands up to Franz. So I know Bodden Town. I'm born and bred Bodden Towner, and this area, Bodden Town West, is particularly, that and Bodden Town East are particularly my stomping ground. And I have a lot of family and friends in both of them. And, you have to, I take, anytime I've been elected, I take the job very, very seriously. I do not take it for granted. I'm humbled by the fact that the people have voted for me on election day and asked me to be their representative, and I'm their servant. I'm not their boss. They are my boss, and therefore sometimes it's difficult, and you feel the pressure of it, and the times on duty are there's no 8 to 5 here. You're on call, and you do what needs to be done. If there's a fire or there's a incident late at night or whatever, you're in the middle of it. If there's a death, if there's a whatever, if there's a wedding or a birth, you're in it as well. You have to be there for your people. They have to feel you in their presence, and they want that. And Bodden Town West is not a very needy district. It's electoral district, but they do have various concerns and various needs that need to be fulfilled, and none of these were fulfilled. Now the incumbent has come out with a manifesto promising the earth, but it's too late. 8 years too late. I think you had 8 years in which to perform, and you didn't do anything for the people. Mm-hmm. And now people want that change. So I'm feeling very good. I feel the vibe is very positive. I had a little yard social last night. Just sat down at some chairs and just chatted with the community, and it was so refreshing, so positive. And all of the people of that area pretty much all came out and sat in the yard and just gave me, feedback as well as questions, and I answered what I could, and I gave them thoughts on and told them about TCCP and what we're trying to do, and it just left me feeling so uplifted, because you can tell when change is in the air. Mm-hmm. I've been around this long enough to know when I'm losing and when I'm winning, and I can tell you that the people in Bodden Town West are really excited as well. So we're going to do some good things. We're gonna definitely, as I say, have a district office. We'll have a constituency branch. I'm going to be working with my colleagues to put in district councils in place. I think it's very, very important. It's a leadership building organization, as well as a direct connection to your MP.
Yes.
I believe that a district council should have a budget. I think we should be funded to be able to do small projects.
I like this idea. And the complaint from the people in the past 4 years was that the cabinet members weren't necessarily working together. But you too, you weren't a member of parliament in these past 4 years. Sabrina, you definitely were, and a minister as well. So you have worked together as a team recently. Can you tell us about what you've been able to accomplish together as a team, not even elected members together?
I can't get rid of her. I'm stuck with her. were friends before politics, and then now that she's served, and when she served, lo and behold, I was appointed the chairman of the HSA. So even in pictures, I can't get rid of her. She's right there next to me.
Yeah, we always stand together.
We're partners in crime. But I can speak to Sabrina's dedication and commitment as a minister, as my minister, and the way that she led with me as chair. The chemistry was real, and we achieved a lot because of that. We would have our regular chit chats every quarter, and we'd sit down and we'd update her, and she'd update us, because she got things coming from another angle as a minister. I had things coming from this angle as chair, and we had the management team as well involved. We achieved many great things, and the rebranding of the HSA, the whole customer service orientation of the HSA, the medical facilities upgraded. We have an EMS station in Bodden Town now, which some people running don't seem to know, but
congratulations.
That has that's life changing, because that cuts down the response time tremendously. Rather than an ambulance up in Frankstown and one in town, now you have one in the middle, and we made that happen. I haven't seen any PR on it, and that's why a lot of people are asking, why is this ambulance by the new building across from Rankins? Well, that is a new station that we, thanks to Pastor Rose and the Church of God team, they were very gracious to allow us for a year to have it up at the old church hall where the church is by Guardhouse Hill. Now it is this particular area we were working on in this new building in conjunction with Hazmat. They have a presence there as well. So now it's been completed. I haven't had the privilege of seeing the new station yet, but I see the ambulance, and I know that we do have the service operating from there, and I'm very, very proud of that.
You should be. Those are great accomplishments.
Yes.
We have to almost go to the 8 a.m. news. I know you have a meeting, so I want to wrap by you letting people know about the meeting that's coming up.
Yeah. Robert and I, Robert Bodden from Bodden Town East, myself, Osborne Bodden, Bodden Town West, are having our joint rally on Thursday the 3rd at the entrance of Northward. We are asking all of our supporters to come out, support. The team will be there to support us. We know it's going to be a great night. There's one in West Bay with Kathy and Andre on Saturday. We're looking forward to keeping this rolling. The momentum is on our side. The Georgetown team had a great one 2 nights ago, and it's going to be a fab night. We're going to have the big stage, the loud noise, and hopefully we don't keep the neighbors up too late. But we're about to put the Boddens back in Bodden Town.
All right.
Nice.
All right. I like the way you say that. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I know that you guys have a great website. I can't remember the exact name of it, but people can just Google the Caymanian Community Party, and great website full of up-to-date information and what you want to learn about your candidates there. So thank you for joining me on The Buzz this morning. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. The time flew, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, it did fly. We got to go to the 8 a.m. news.
Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Radio Cayman time check now, 8:01. This time check brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop, or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and Airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Candidates from 2 different constituencies discuss issues Wednesday night on Radio Cayman's Debates. Former Speaker of the House and independent candidate for West Bay West, the Honourable Makiba Bush.
As the 40-and-a-half-year veteran of Parliament and 10 years of unelected work in the community, I'm standing because there is still work to be done. And from what I see and know, far too many of those chosen to replace us will not care for our people.
Mr. Bush is the incumbent. Challenger Julie Hunter is running with the Cayman Islands National Party.
I have always demonstrated an unwavering commitment to giving back to my community and have continually dedicated my time and energy to causes that uplift and empower Caymanians.
West Bay South incumbent Andre Ebanks did not attend. He's running as a member of the Cayman Community Party. Former Radio Cayman talk show host Sterling Dwayne Ebanks did show up. However, he's an independent.
What we need now is leadership with integrity, a political will to do what has been ignored for too long simply because we've been backbiting, browbeaten, and otherwise just blustering. Now is the time for us to ensure that we are working together, stop being divided, stop engaging in vitriolic discourse, and finally stand as a nation unified from East End to West End, from West Bay to Beach Bay.
In other news, government is looking to attract more visitors from Canada on the hunt for a Canada Public Relations Agency service. In project documents posted on government's Bonfire Hub procurement site, the Department of Tourism says Cayman is looking to, quote, recover its tourism industry fully from the COVID pandemic. Post-pandemic, Cayman has, quote, seen a major fluctuation in booking windows, sometimes as short as 2 weeks, adding the jurisdiction is, quote, relatively unknown as a holiday destination by Canadian travelers. CDOT says over the past 4 years, it has been able to increase the familiarity of the Cayman Islands from 6 to 9% amongst Canadian consumers choosing a warm weather destination. And by partnering with the Canadian Public Relations Agency, they're hoping to grow that. The agency will be asked to develop a public relations campaign that will increase awareness of Cayman in Canada as a luxury destination, grow repeat visitation and flattening seasonality, and address any negative perceptions and close gaps, among other objectives. CDOT issued a similar RFP in January to attract more visitors from Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. The close date is April 14th. And Cayman International School celebrates a milestone, becoming the first international institution outside of the United States to earn the National Certificate for STEM Excellence through the National Institute for STEM Education.
This recognition ensures that students in the Cayman Islands receive globally competitive STEM education, preparing them for leadership in the international innovation economy.
CIS Director Jim Urquhart tells Radio Cayman to get certified. The school underwent an assessment by the Texas-based National Institute for STEM Education to identify growth opportunities, implement a progressive STEM vision, and refine teaching methodologies. The school celebrated the recognition with a celebration event and STEM Expo for students. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. America's key trading partners have condemned President Trump's announcement of steep new import taxes on cars and car parts. The 25% tariff is due to take effect next week. Germany and France called for a firm European response. The Israeli parliament has passed a contentious law that will increase political control over the judiciary. It gives politicians more influence over the body that appoints judges to Israeli courts. The opposition immediately filed an appeal. President Macron is hosting European leaders in Paris to discuss the security of Ukraine. President Zelensky is taking part in the talks on a new military strategy following the cooling of relations with the US. South Korea's military says North Korea sent 3,000 additional troops to Russia this year. It said North Korea also gave Moscow missiles, artillery and ammunition for its war on Ukraine. Poland has suspended the right of migrants entering the country from Belarus to apply for asylum. The Interior Minister said the temporary restriction was a way to combat illegal migration. Japan has made plans on how to evacuate about 120,000 people from its southernmost islands amid increasing tensions between China and Taiwan. The government said it would start conducting evacuation drills next year. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walker's Road and in Bodden Town, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walker's Road or Bodden Town. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
For the past 10 years, Health City Cayman Islands has been providing a comprehensive range of in-house medical services, from routine care to highly complex surgeries. We've transformed healthcare in the region, saving thousands of lives in the process. Recognized for quality and excellence, Health City brings together expert doctors, the best technology, and the latest techniques to provide world-class healthcare to those who need it. Health City Cayman Islands, a decade of healing.
The nation listens. The candidates speak.
Subway presents the General Election Debates, live in studio on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM and 93.9 in the Sister Islands. Every Monday and select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. 2 sessions. One powerful discussion. With Election Day fast approaching, hear what the candidates have to say on the cost of living, housing and development, economic growth, sustainability, education, transport, tourism, immigration, and more. Who has the vision? Who has the plan? Hear it all unfold live, unfiltered, and on the voice of the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM and 93.9. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Visit Radio Cayman's social media pages for debate details. Brought to you in part by Cayman Enterprise City.
Also brought to you by Reflections, UCCI, and Yum.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Brigade, where people come first.
Once again, good morning, Cayman. It's 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at your weather on the outside. It's, of course, nice and sunny with some partial cloud cover. Present temperature still 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 20 miles per hour. Relative humidity 73%. Barometric pressure is at 60.03 inches and falling. Last night's low temperature was at 79. Synopsis as provided by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Fresh to locally strong winds with moderate to rough seas are expected across the northwest Caribbean today and tomorrow as a high pressure system strengthens across the southeast United States. Our forecast calls for partly sunny skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts. Seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Small craft advisory is in effect. Looking at tonight, mainly fair skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Small craft advisory is in effect. High tide came in at 7:58 this morning. It's going to be low at 2:22 this afternoon and high at 8:30 tonight. The outlook is for a gradual decrease in winds and seas from Saturday morning as the high pressure system moves into the western Atlantic Ocean, weakening the pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean. And that, my friends, is your latest weather brought to you by our good friends at CG Brigade.
Hey, Bill, glad to see you back in the office.
Who?
Bill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
Tom.
Nope.
Jack.
No.
Alex.
No. Want me to just tell you?
Nope, I got this, George.
No, you don't. Still not me.
Adam.
Not even close, man.
We're like a coworker that didn't forget your name. CG Brigade. Good like that.
Okay, good to see you, Mark Mike John Sean.
It's Mordecai.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Brigade, where people come first.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. During the last Lionistic year, they successfully carried out community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, site screenings, spelling bee, swim meets, and their community food pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service during the 2024-2025 Lionistic year and for many more years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman. Where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
It's back. It's crispy. It's delicious. St. Ignatius Youth Ministry presents Friday Fish Fry Nights. 6 weeks of flavor. March 14th, 21st, 28th, April 4th, and 11th. Serving from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the St. Ignatius School Canteen. Dine in or take out. The menu includes fried or baked snapper, $17. Mahi-mahi, $15. Served with fries or rice, coleslaw, escovitch, fritters, and more. Drinks, just $1. Free desserts while they last. Eat good. Do good. Every bite supports our youth ministry trip to the Steubenville High School Youth Conference in Orlando, Florida this summer. Come hungry. Leave happy. See you there.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Alright, so majority of us has made it into the Georgetown area. Some of us are heading out to work at Eastern Districts, Central Districts, wherever it may be. But traffic coming into the Georgetown area still moving slowly as ever. East-west arterial traffic has eased up, but of course at the Red Bay roundabout and at Century 21 roundabout, we're still seeing some traffic. Similar at the CUC roundabout heading into the Linford Pearson and Crew Road. And looking at Crew Road as well, just outside Jose's, still moving slow traffic heading towards Shedden Road to that four-way Jake Scott Junction. Some continuing on Thomas Russell Way up to the Butterfield roundabout. Expect the usual traffic. Bobby Thompson Way as well, seeing some traffic, slow crawling traffic onto Hulda Avenue to the CNB roundabout. And of course, going through South Sound, Walker's Road, seeing some traffic, South Church Street as well, feeding into Seafarers Way at inner streets of Georgetown, which of course dissipates as the morning progresses. Cable Bragg, Little Cayman, how you doing this morning time with very minimal traffic? Looking at West Bay area, light traffic, traffic in Savannah, Breakers, Eastern North Side, traffic's flowing smoothly, very light. As a majority of people are in the Georgetown area. Seeing 2 cruise ships out on the waterfront, so we will have some visiting passengers ashore. Look out for them in the main Georgetown area, especially up West Bay Road, heading to the beaches or thereabouts. Enjoy it and stay safe out there. Keep the accidents down to a minimum. Too many accidents this week. Traffic report brought to you by good friends at Subway.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo Footlong Cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points. Or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo Footlong Cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh, snack sweet.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Sherman Erdis Ebanks, Certificate of Honor, 1915 through 1995. Captain Erdis was a pioneer in the charter fishing and diving industry, for which he received the Queen's Certificate and Badge of Honor in 1991. He He introduced the sport of boxing to the Cayman Islands, for which he received recognition from the Ministry of Sports, Youth Affairs, and Culture. He was a pioneer in the taxi service and in Jeep rental. He served in the Royal Cayman Islands Police Force for 10 years. During that time, the Home Guard was established, and he served there as well, keeping watch at the lighthouses during World War II. He was married to Phyllis R. Ebanks, and the couple had 4 children.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
The Rotary Central Dr. Bill Rudy Science Fair, a family-friendly event Saturday, April 5th, 8:30 a.m. through noon. The Arc Sports Center, Camana Bay. The annual adventure unleashing the magic of science, the wonderment of limitless exploration. Over 50 science projects and experiments representing budding scientists from schools across the Cayman Islands. Sourcing energy, exploring the environment, oceanography, agronomy, rocket propulsion, medical technology, drone technology, water security, eco-solutions, math, chemistry, physics, biology, engineering, nanotechnology. The Rotary Central Science Fair 2025, Saturday, April 5, Camana Bay. Every child needs to see and feel the magic of science, the magic of Rotary.
Water Authority Cayman would like to advise its valued customers that its offices in Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac will be closed for a staff function on Friday, the 28th of March. The authority's Grand Cayman office will close early, with cashiers closing at 10:30 a.m. and customer service closing at 11 a.m. The customer service office in Cayman Brac will be closed for the day. The Cayman Brac operations facility will be manned by essential staff. As such, there will be limited delivery service on Friday. Trucked water customers in Cayman Brac are encouraged to plan ahead and make trucked water orders in advance. On Monday, the 31st of March, both offices will reopen with usual hours, and in Cayman Brac, normal trucked water deliveries will resume. The authority apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause and appreciates the public's understanding.
Hi, I'm Deputy Governor Franz Manderson, and I'm excited to announce the DG's 5K Challenge is just around the corner. We kick off things in Little Cayman on March 9th, followed by Cayman Brac on March 16th, and the grand finale on Grand Cayman on March 30th. This year, we're supporting the Cayman Islands Girls Brigade, the Cayman Islands Scouts Association, and the One-to-One Foundation, each helping to shape our next generation. Join us in making a positive impact. For registration details, find us on Facebook at DG's 5K Challenge.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics right now, which is fashion, because what woman doesn't like fashion? And men too. I know you love it. And in studio with me this morning, we have Miss Norma Ebanks. Norma. I want to say that Norma's, she's an entrepreneur. She's the CEO of Cayman Instyle Fashion Week. But I have just found out she is also an actress. We don't have time to get into we might have time, we'll see, into the actress part of her. But, she keeps expanding her professions. So there's a lot going on with Norma. And also joining Norma, we have Nanette Walker, who's the coordinator and right-hand person, Norma, for Cayman Islands Instyle Fashion Week. So welcome to the show this morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic this morning regarding the traffic. We made it. We made it.
Traffic's always a thing. We're used to it.
Thanks for having us as always.
No problem.
Radio Cayman, it's like my family.
Well, yes.
It's like a family.
I'm learning that if I can be family to you, I can be in a movie with you.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure if it's my third cousin, first cousin, or second cousin, but it's always a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you. I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you. So we're talking about Cayman Instyle Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And it came out of Cayman Islands Fashion Week, and now it's your own brand with Instyle Fashion Week. Mm-hmm. And how many years has it been since you've taken it over? How many years has it been when it's just Cayman Instyle Fashion Week?
We took it over 2019.
All right.
As Instyle Cayman.
Okay.
And then COVID came, and then we rebrand it and bring Instyle Cayman and the Cayman Fashion Week together. And
you got to come closer to the mic. You're way too far.
Because I'm also the owner of Cayman Fashion Week.
Yes.
And I'm the owner of Instyle Cayman.
Yes.
So I put both together, and that's how we come up with Cayman Instyle Fashion Week.
I think it's pretty good from 2019 to now. You've been doing well.
Yeah, thank you.
Even though COVID came around and sometimes puts a dent into things, you're like, no, we're going to keep going. And you've been going.
We're going to keep going.
You've had an incredible past year.
Yes, I must say.
And for those who might not know yet, Cayman Instyle Fashion Week is happening April 10th to 13th. I did go last year to the big major fashion show. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I would say one of my favorite parts is when they called some people from the audience to strut down the runway. And one of my friends was called up, and she worked it.
Yeah.
So I loved seeing that.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's such an honor to bring, you know, a fashion week back to the Cayman Islands. You know, because Cayman Fashion Week being around for quite some time, and then we had a gap between 2016 or 15. So there was a big gap there. And then, you know, everybody asks me, why you don't take it over? Why you don't take it over? And, you know, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, but Norma, you always been involved. Who best to take it over?
Yeah.
Than Norma. And to them, I must say, it's rough, it's tough, it's a challenging and a heavy task. But you know what?
You do it.
I do it. I do it without complaint. I do it without murmur, and I think that's what make it to be one of the best event Cayman have.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great event on Cayman's yearly calendar, and it's also a time where we can celebrate our local talent here in fashion and in modeling, photography, design. There's media. There's so much, and then you also have the Trailblazer Awards that happen too. So there's so much going on with fashion.
We have honorees this year. We decided to honor a couple pioneer this year.
Nice, I like that.
And I want it to be meaningful and not just a trophy handout. So this year we literally scrutinize it. This year it's not about being public or about have more followers than the other. It's about why are you getting that trophy? And contribution. Are you deserving of that trophy? So even though we get, over 500 nominees this year,
it
comes back down
to
why should you get that trophy?
Okay.
And the public vote. The public, I think voting finish tomorrow. Today. Don't quote me.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
28.
but it's overwhelmed.
Okay, nice.
The outpour is overwhelmed, and we have some nominees, some well-deserved nominees.
Well, let's get into the Trailblazer Awards a little bit later, but let's hear about the agenda for Instyle Fashion.
So the agenda for Instyle Fashion Week, I try my best not to do a day. I call week.
Yeah.
So we launch on the 10th. So on the 10th, we were supposed to have a summit. Financially, we have to drop the summit. So
what's the summit about?
The summit was about...
Or what was it about? You had to drop it, okay.
Yeah, we had us to drop that, the summit. It was about different speakers coming from all over the world to talk about fashion. And, not all about fashion, but where it come from and where we go with it in the Cayman Island. So I had us to postpone that until next year.
That's a bummer for me. I that would have been a great
but
thing to attend.
Sponsorship was and still is very, very nil.
Yeah, I understand. But in saying that, you did go to Russia in this past year where you spoke at the Russian Fashion Week.
Yes, and that's how I come up with the summit.
So I see you want to pour back and do that same thing in Cayman.
Right, because they asked me. So what we do when I went to Moscow, they form a fashion federation. We have African Fashion Federation. We have Egypt Fashion Federation. We have the Caribbean Fashion Federation, which you guys will hear about later because they asked me to be the president of the Caribbean Fashion Federation.
Oh, wow, look at you.
So with that saying, it's big thing coming. So going to Russia It wasn't about, a lot of people say, oh, it is political and it is, why would you want to go to Russia? But I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me in the fashion industry. Because going to Russia, I was a speaker and I did a master class and pattern making there. And I get to meet over 120 different continents, different fashion weeks all over the world. And, you know, when we left, they give us the tool to continue in communication with those people, of which we have Dubai coming in.
Yes, Dubai.
We have Trinidad coming in. We have a couple fashion weeks. We'll be in the house. I don't have the list with me.
And it would have been great to see that in Cayman.
Yes.
It would have been great to see you adapting what you were invited, because you were invited to Russia to host a master class on pattern making and to also talk, right? So it would have been nice to see that same kind of thing happen in Cayman, and I hope you get that support for this to happen next year.
It's good. It's going to happen.
So you were going to have a summit, but what's next on the agenda then?
So next on the agenda, we kick off with our swimsuit resort wear.
Okay.
At 5, and then after that we have a welcome party. So the welcome party is what we get all the models outside. That's where you get to meet and greet everybody, the guests, you know, our designers, models, hosts, everybody flying by the tent, and that's where we get to meet and greet everybody.
You know, I'm going to say from the very first Cayman Islands Fashion Week, there's some models that I met during that time that I'm still connected to. I'm still friends with to this day.
And then after that, we have Friday, which we have our Trailblazer Award Gala at the Marriott. So the welcome party is at the Holiday Inn. And then, you know, we just speak about, you know, the Trailblazer Award. Then Saturday, we separate the shows now. We have our own kids' teen show at 2 o'clock. And then we have the big show at 7. We have VIP at 6. And then Sunday is the huge boat trip. We call it boats. Where we will relax, you know, welcome our model, telling them thanks. We eat, drink, and be merry. And then at that send-off, everybody go the merry way on Monday morning.
Okay, I like it.
So we literally look.
Saturday's a busy day, though. Saturday you have the teen and kids fashion show at 2, and then from 6 is the VIP welcome, and 7
because you want to give the kids teen their own.
Yeah, that I understand. But that's a busy day for you guys. How do you? Now, Nannette, you were the coordinators, so how do you?
Oh my!
How do you manage that day? That sounds like a lot.
130, almost 140 models. Kids, teen, adult.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And over 18 designers.
So what kind of a team, Nannette, do you have with you to help you coordinate?
We've got volunteers. We've got people who are in the marketing segment. We've got people who are organizing all the models, the teens. Of course, we have kids too, because we have kids from 4 years old.
Right.
Straight back to 17.
Up to 17, and then, you know, the older guys. And so there are, like, I think we have about 5 different groups of people who are in charge
of different
areas. Okay.
I tried to delegate this. We try.
We're trying, but we're
trying
on the,
to see if we
and
can
we're constantly, because I have another job as well, but so we're constantly on the phone or on the computer or trying to, you know, communicate with questions, answering, responding back to emails, and
it's a lot. You need a team to make it happen.
Yeah,
you absolutely do. We got to go to a commercial break right now, but when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation about Cayman Instyle Fashion Week.
Yes.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or belly fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
It's March Madness at Reflections. Shop the red tag sale until the end of March at Reflections. Save on kids, men's, and women's selected style shoes and sneakers. Brands like Nike, Puma, Reebok, and Dockers 50% off. Adidas 60% off. Ladies jeans in select styles at 50% off. And ladies tops from $9.99. Men step out in your Levi's 550, now 25% off. All accessories and handbags 50% off. Shop the March Madness Red Tag Sale at Reflections all month long and be entered to win 2 Cayman Airways tickets. That's mad!
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking all about Cayman Instyle Fashion Week. And I have in studio with me CEO Norma Ebanks, and we have her right-hand coordinator helping to make it all happen. We have Nanette Walker. And we were just going over the schedule from April 10th to 13th for Cayman Instyle Fashion Week. And I think what a lot of people want to know, including me, I'd like to know a little bit about who the celebrity guests and hosts are going to be this year. So, because one of them is, I know,
Jeremy.
All the ladies are going to buy tickets.
Yes, Jeremy.
So,
Jeremy.
Yeah. We don't all know him as just Jeremy. Norma, you got to give us who he is.
Oh, he's the, sorry Dale, the handsome, cute guy that did the mugshot. So everybody know Jeremy by the arrest mugshot.
Prison Bay, he was called.
Prison Bay. Yeah. So he was called the Prison Bay. But behind
Jeremy
that Prison Bay, it's a lot. He have changed his life around, and he's doing a phenomenal job. He's a motivation speaker. He's a mentor. He's a father. He's a model. He's a model. He's a great model. Yeah, he's a great model. And he's joining us this year, and I'm so happy.
How did you make that happen?
Oh, it's fate. Because, okay, how I make it happen is we just launched our movie, Love After Holiday.
This is you as an actress now.
I'm an actress now, yes.
It's the actress part coming in, all right?
Part, and I get to play a big role in that movie. I'm the mother. And Jeremy is my son-in-law in that movie. So the connection never even really meet until I went to Jamaica. Because, you fly out, we're doing this movie. You have no time to know who is in the movie because it's such a big, huge movie. And when I went to Jamaica, we went to the nightclub. When I was in the nightclub, dancing, gigging in the nightclub, they bring the mic and give it to him. Big up Jeremy. Jeremy, what you have to say. You're in Jamaica. And I remember in the nightclub, he said, God is good. When you get up in the morning, the first thing you put is God. When you go in the night, this last thing you do is God. And I'm right here to tell you, if you don't know God, you're nothing. And we're in the nightclub. And I'm like, okay, all right. And, in that nightclub, it shakes me because nobody expect that. And it's a huge nightclub in Jamaica. Nobody expect that. And we went to dinner the following day, and, he said, oh, Miss Norma. I'm like, I'm excited. I'm coming to Cayman. I'm like, you are? And he goes like, yes, Jacinth. And Jacinth is our Trailblazer Award sponsor. Jacinth been sponsoring us the trophies for the last 4 years.
Okay.
So, and Jacinth is the star of the movie.
Okay.
And Jeremy is Jacinth's husband in the movie.
Okay.
And so when I reached out to him, he said, yeah. and Jacinta is sponsoring me. And I'm like, wow, God is good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I actually get connected with.
That's how you got him to be
how
one of the hosts,
yes.
or, one of the celebrity hosts.
So he was actually the celebrity host, and they kept it from me. So I knew about it in Jamaica.
Okay.
After the premiere of the movie, and then we have Yendi.
I mean, you say like, we know each other, like Yendi, but
we have, oh my God.
Not just Yendi.
We have, oh my God.
We have Yendi Phillips, a former Miss Jamaica World 2007 and Miss Jamaica Universe 2010.
Yes.
She's a beautiful woman.
Phenomenal woman.
Intelligent woman. She has her own, I don't know if it's podcast. It's a podcast,
yes.
yeah. And I wasn't sure if it was on broadcast. Okay, it is as well. And she's phenomenal. She's great.
She have her own shows.
She's going to be great.
She's going to be great. If you read her bio, I'm like, wow. So it's just saying to say, you guys can go look up our hosts because time won't permit us to literally go in detail of their bio.
But these are two great draws. People love to, Yendi's super popular. She's been here a few years ago for Fashion Week. Can't remember, maybe 8 years ago or so.
Yes.
And so to have her back in this role is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And to have Jeremy Meeks, international model.
Yes.
Celebrity.
And we're still
great
waiting
to have him
on
as well.
one more celebrity.
We're waiting. Okay, do we get a hint?
Oh, wow.
I understand you might not want to say a name because they're not confirmed as yet, but
it's not confirmed. It's
right,
actually.
Oh wow!
Should we say it? Either. Yeah, either.
I guess we can.
Okay. Who are you hoping for?
Grace Bayer.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yeah. Okay. That would be lovely.
Hopefully by tomorrow.
Cayman's own.
Cayman own Grace.
Yeah.
Geely.
Yeah. That would be lovely if Miss Grace could make it. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, so we have a few. We're communicating. I spoke, to our team last night. We're trying to make that happen.
Okay, well, hopefully we can make that happen.
Hopefully we can make.
What about tickets for this event?
So ticket for this event, we have Event Pro. We have Funky Town. We have Funky Monkey. We have Winner's Circle. We have Creative Fashion and Design. We have our own website. You can actually go on our own website and buy ticket. So this year we have a wide outlet that you can get ticket. So if you have to walk and get your ticket, you can. If you have to use a phone call and get your ticket, you can. If you have to stay in the comfort of your bedroom, your living room and get ticket. So there's no reason that you cannot purchase a ticket this year.
Okay, I like this.
Yes, and then we have a phenomenal lineup of designers coming this year.
Well, let's get into the designers right here.
Wow.
Right now.
We have Project Runway winner.
Okay.
Coming. We have 2 out of Trinidad. We have 1 out of Dubai.
Okay.
We have 1 out of Colombia.
Yes.
Oh, man. And
Jamaica.
Listen, I love Colombian fashion.
Yes.
I really do.
So we have 18 designers coming this year. And we start advertise our designer tomorrow.
Okay, lovely.
So as of tomorrow or maybe late today.
18 designers that are coming. That's a lot.
Include our own.
So 18
local.
That includes local.
Yes.
So that's going to be 18 collections shown. That's between the children and the adults.
And
show.
yes.
Right. Okay.
We also have a lineup of local designers.
Yes, we do.
We have Karen Connolly. We have our own Al Ebanks.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, I like it.
Our collection is to die for.
Good. He's doing more.
Wow. Al Ebanks' collection is to die for. I happen to have a sneak peek of Al Ebanks' collection. We have John Gray High School.
Oh, really? I like this.
We have Cayman Prep this year.
Are they doing the kids show?
The kids show and the gala.
Okay.
So this year we have about 5 school competition designer competition.
That's pretty cool.
Completing against
I like that.
Our own inner school this year at the gala.
Yes.
We have Sunrise.
Yes, we do.
I had a sneak peek of Sunrise kids in adult collection yesterday and I cry. Because I was actually in the room, seeing them get excited, there, and the list goes on.
What about you, Norma? Or do you have a collection that you're showing? You have so much going on, so okay,
and
you
yes,
do.
I'm
Wonderful.
launching my swimwear, resort wear collection.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
this year.
Nice. I'm glad you're doing swimwear.
So instead of saying coming soon,
coming now.
Yeah, it's coming now. So I'm literally launching my own collection. I always leave Norma for last. I don't know why. Yeah, but I'm launching my collection at the swimsuit resort wear.
Don't forget, sorry, that we've got models from the Sunrise School as well.
Oh yes, and we have models.
We had that last year too.
We have more.
That was really touching, actually.
Yes, and we have
year.
more
I
this year.
love to see that.
Yes, we have more this year. We even have one in a wheelchair.
It's empowering.
Yes, so we have, and not only from Sunrise, we actually reach out in the community and have, our own challenging people join us this year.
Okay. Now, we talked about some of the designers and some of the local designers. What about when it comes to the models and international models? Do we have any? I know we said Jeremy Meeks, but if he's there, he's hosting, right?
Yes.
So do we have who are we looking forward
to? He's a model
for,
also. He's a model.
He will be a model in the show.
He
ladies, get ready.
Yes, and co-hosting with
with Yendi.
Yes, he's a model.
So who are some of our other international models?
We have a couple to be announced.
Yes, to be announced.
Yes,
because,
but we have, I think, about 25 international models.
Wow, okay.
Flying in alongside our own.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yes, it's we're growing.
You've been growing.
Yeah, we're
What do you think has
growing.
been the biggest growth that you've experienced in the past couple of years?
The biggest growth that I've experienced, to be honest, is my team and myself pushing. That's pushing to have the best show. We did the ARC last year.
Yes.
And the feedback we get was, Miss Norma, you have to bring it back to the Ritz.
Okay,
it's not that the ARC wasn't good, but I think
the Ritz has a certain
certain. So we gone back to the Ritz.
Okay.
So the show is definitely Holiday Inn, the Marriott for the gala, and the Ritz for the big show.
Okay.
So that's we must said the growth that we have grown, and the community support us. And I could not have done it without the community.
But we need more support.
But we
know that. We need more support. Let's get into that. We got to go to our next commercial break, but let's get into that support, because we did say that this is one of the biggest events and one of the best events. It's so much fun, and it honors and celebrates so much of Cayman's creative talent as well, that you have also been able to help launch careers in modeling and take in models and designers around the world.
Yes.
Cayman talent around the world. So I want to talk about why it's important to support an event like this and what you're doing, because it's not just for you, it's for our community and it's for the growth in Cayman and the Caribbean and the world. So we got to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll get into those details.
Hey Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked, you can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents? Browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students? Just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Cayman, could it be you? Tortuga's 10K giveaway is back, and someone's walking away with $10,000 in cash. Every time you spend $25 at Tortuga, in-store or online at tortuga.ky, you get a shot at winning big. As well as $10,000 in cash, we've got thousands in giveaways to hand out every week. Think staycations, the latest iPhones, exclusive experiences, and more. Get in to win. Visit tortuga.ky for the full terms and conditions.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, we are back on The Buzz this morning, and I am your host, Kathy Miller. We are talking about Cayman Instyle Fashion Week. Now, we were talking about the celebrity lineup of hosts that we have and models that we have, international models that are coming. We talked about some of the local designers. We know who a lot of our local models are too, and we talked about bringing the Sunrise group back in. They're also presenting some fashion designs, and they're also going to be modeling on stage. And to me, that was a highlight, seeing some of the children from Sunrise come out. I thought that was a very, very beautiful thing, very touching thing. It just showed that they could be a part of events, and often I've actually never seen that. So for me to be able to see some of those kids out there and that pride and happiness beaming from their face was a huge thing. I'm very appreciative of what Cayman Instyle Fashion Week has done. And as I said right before we went to the break, that I have seen Norma help launch people's careers in fashion design and in modeling, and bring young Caymanians all across the world with her, to go in London Fashion Week, to go to Russia, to go to Italy, New York. I think we're used to the U.S. a little bit, but when it comes to let us cross overseas and let us go to Europe, that is a huge thing. So I think, Norma, the impact that you've done is absolutely incredible. I think you should be very proud of yourself. And if you want to talk about the support and how much it's needed, I think we should.
It's just heart-wrenching that I pour so much in this. I have a job. I have a business. My work don't see me every year for 6 months planning this show. And to know that the people that you think would have come on board and support this, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I put more in this than I get. And, it's all about talk. Our own heritage turned us down.
What do you mean heritage?
Our
You
government
mean the ministry?
Ministry of Heritage turned us down. He told us it's not in line. How can it not be in line when we have so much local designers, so much models?
Yes. They're saying that the Cayman Instyle Fashion
That was what the email said.
is not in line.
Thank God for culture that come on board every year. And this is not about politics. I'm going to say it. That everybody here. If it wasn't for culture, Minister Dwayne Seymour Save We this year, this show was up to cancel last week, Thursday.
Yes. Oh, that would have been devastating. That would have been very, very disappointing. A lot of people a lot of
If
children,
it wasn't for my team,
local talent,
my
you guys.
team, the Ritz and the Marriott said, no, Norma, you cannot postpone or cancel.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for tourism and our own.
So Minister for Tourism stepped up, or that ministry stepped up. Yes. Minister for Culture stepped up and was able to support.
Let me tell you.
Yes, they were.
I said to my team, it don't worth Norma Ebanks end up in the hospital again for CIFWK. But they see the passion in me.
Yes, it's passionate.
They know how much I push this out of my own pocket to have this happen. And I didn't want to come and even say it, but to be honest to you, I personally called our ministry on a phone call. And he said, resend it. Resend a file that you sent 50 times, that I see where everybody open it.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I think it's important to get that out. I really do. I I personally can't see how it wouldn't be in line with the heritage.
Not in line. That was what the email said. Not in line.
Yeah, and that's the pitfalls of when you're doing an event like this.
They're not putting money in my
pocket.
pocket.
Trying to get sponsorship, but there's so much that you're doing to help nurture and create and grow this industry.
School.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every evening, I have to go there every day after school kids, and the list goes on.
Yeah. Well, you also talked about so we know we need more support there. We know we need more support.
More support.
Corporate sponsorships.
A lot of people are not aware of the tremendous
work.
Because it's a great event.
Yes.
It really, really is a great event. There's a lot that goes on. It's not cheap to have this at one of the world's greatest hotel brands. That's very expensive to do. I know.
And all I can hear,
it's very expensive
you
to do this kind of planning.
Where else should it go?
Yeah.
An event like this, and we're talking about we want tourists.
It's a red carpet fashion show.
Where else can it go?
If we're wearing very expensive outfits,
the world to come here,
you know,
where else do you put it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
At PJ, at the line, where else?
It's the brand of it. No, I agree.
It's the brand.
Yeah, I agree. And when you're dressed to the nines, people come out to this event dressed.
Yes.
Like it's a fashion thing, and it's a one time of the year that they really feel that they can just put on an amazing outfit, really go into their fashion bag. Okay. So when they do that, they want to be in an element where they feel is aesthetically pleasing just as they look. Yeah. So it's an alignment with the brand.
It is.
And it says a lot for what the country can produce, right? And if we want to be that top tier luxury destination for tourism as well, this is one of those great events that draw people. You're drawing models and hosts and celebrities from around the world.
Caribbean,
exactly. We are.
Keep that brand up.
If
Keep
you
that
Google it
alignment
right
up.
now in the Caribbean, we are. But it takes me to go out of Cayman to find out how loved and important the Cayman Island is to the world.
Oh, no, I understand. Yeah. We only have a few minutes left, so I want to make sure that we do hit up on some other important things. Thank you for sharing. I know you're really passionate about it, and trust me, that message got out. That message got out right there. They heard that loud and clear, or they will. You did talk about, I mentioned it, you mentioned that there's so much work that you do with the kids, and you have something called the Free Your Mind program. Can you touch on that?
The Free Your Mind.
Free.
The Free Your Mind program is, we have after school, Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 3:30 to 5:30. We have our adult class, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 in the evening till 8. And we're literally asking for support.
Yes.
It's not at Creative Fashion and Design. It's of its own building.
Yeah.
It's of its own building.
What are they doing in this program?
Non-profit.
Yes.
What are they doing in the program?
We have designers from there that we have. Last year we have designers graduate, and some of those designers are doing the show this year.
Amazing.
As a designer.
Amazing.
And they're young kids. We have.
And they're young kids.
As young as 6 years old.
That you're gonna see at the Marriott this year.
Yeah.
Doing their collection. I have I think 6 and 9. They're brothers. They're doing you should see their design as a competition. 2 little brothers as a competition.
I love it. I love how you are encouraging young minds to explore and understand their own creative expression. What's possible out there?
If you go to
you
John
start
Gray
from so
School now,
young,
they're in production, trying to figure out what do we do next. This year I tell them you have to reach out to the public yourself. You know, for years is the Alex Panton Foundation who came on board and sponsors every fabric for those kids.
Amazing.
To make the Miss Panton.
So that's one of your partnerships.
Miss Panton, not this year, but Miss Panton is who helped us for 3 years straight.
Yes. Wonderful. That's amazing.
That nobody even knows. She was behind all that fabric, the designer fee for those schools that took part in those shows for 3 years.
See, it takes a community, it takes a village, it takes all of us to make things like this happen. It really, really does. It's a huge community effort.
And we're honoring her this year.
Oh, wonderful. So she's one of the honorees, part of the Trailblazer Awards.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And then
I said we got to touch on that. So let's go to the Trailblazer Awards, because one, I went to go vote for somebody and the link didn't work for me. So I was like, why is it not working for me? So I want to know how people can vote.
There's a link. The link is working.
It wasn't working for me, I'm going to tell you that.
Wow. When did you?
Over the weekend. I went to go vote for a couple people that I know. You know, one of my coworkers, Doc, is up for DJ of the Year.
Okay. I think there was a glitch.
Cool.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think there was a glitch because what happened? We don't do that.
Okay.
It's the overseas people that sponsor us.
Okay.
They are the one who
Instyle. That's Instyle.
Instyle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
We don't even know.
I was trying to vote for Doc. He's one of our DJs here. So.
Congrats, Doc. Yes. But
yes.
I personally, I would maybe just see the email and they would pass it on to her because they want it to be fair.
So if people want to vote, where do they go? How do they find out who the people who are being awarded for? What the categories?
www.CaymanInstyleFashionWeek.com. Then click on the Trailblazer Award and you vote right there.
Yes.
There's a drop down. Once you click on it, you click on it. Once you go on our website, anything at all you want, any question, it's on the website. I must say, Leanna, our graphic, Leanna Lewis, she is
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I've seen the website. I loved it.
Yes, I'm literally
Very
here
intuitive.
now and I'm looking at my phone. It's beeping. Is she sending me bullet point? Don't forget. And she's our graphic.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that's literally the team that we have.
Takes a team.
You know, you get up 4 o'clock in the morning. Leanna's sending you something. Leanna's sending you something to approve.
When is the deadline to vote for the Trailblazer Awards?
Deadline tomorrow.
Okay, so we got to get those votes in
so we
ASAP.
have to get those votes. Go out and vote. I can't.
We got a minute left here on the show,
Yes.
so I want to remind people April 10th to 13th, so that's coming up in just pretty much 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weekends away.
Yes, yeah.
Is the Cayman Instyle Fashion Week.
And you can get tickets on Eventpro, Winner Circle, Funky Tongue, Creative Fashion and Design, and Funky Monkey.
Okay.
And go on our website. You can purchase your ticket on our website itself as well.
And the big gala
and
night.
The gala is going to be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, buy a table, buy a ticket.
Enjoy
Enjoy it. I need your support. Go out. We cannot do this without ticket sale.
Absolutely.
Please go out and grab your ticket. If you can't make it, buy a ticket for somebody. Sponsor a ticket. We need it for our kids.
Yes.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. And to grow this industry and this event in Cayman.
And if you can contact me at 92-80344.
Okay.
92-80344.
All right.
Your support is needed.
Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me this morning on The Buzz and for letting us know. It was a passionate conversation. The support definitely is needed, and it's a great event. I've been to it so many times, and I can just say it's a great event. If you love fashion and you want to support your creatives here in Cayman and the kids and what they're doing and what their talents are, it's absolutely a must attend.
And thanks to our sponsor, Cayman Compass, Tourism and Culture and Innovation.
Yes.
Big shout out to them. Without you guys, it would not have been possible for 2025.
All right. Thank you to
It's
them.
not just a fashion show. It's a cultural event.
Yes, it is. It is. We got to go to the 9 a.m. headline news right now. And when we come back from the news, I'm going to be talking about DG5K. So I'm going to pivot a little bit. And I can't wait to have that conversation as well. Coming up next.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Bright. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Cayman International Reinsurance Company Association will host the second annual Reconnect conference next month at the Ritz. Reconnect returns with an expanded agenda focused on Cayman's role as a leading reinsurance jurisdiction, bringing regulators, investors, executives, and other stakeholders together for 2 days of discussion, networking, and insights into the sector's development. Firefighters are racing to save people and ancient artifacts from the largest wildfires in South Korea's history, which have killed at least 27 people so far. Tens of thousands have also been displaced in the blazes, which started in the southeast on March 21st. Local officials say most of those killed were in their 60s and 70s. Eyewitnesses described apocalyptic scenes as fires engulfed their homes, with one saying the damage in his city has been, quote, devastating. Authorities believe human activity started multiple fires, but strong wind allowed them to spread quickly. The winds are also making it dangerous for helicopters to operate, with one crashing while fighting fires on Tuesday. The fires have gutted a 1,300-year-old temple and are threatening other cultural sites as well. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and now we are talking about the DG 5K. And you know, as soon as the guests came in, they were like, "Are you registered, Kathy? Are you registered?" And then I was like, "Not yet," but I was asked yesterday by a friend. So when I give my word, I have to keep my word, because your word is your bond. So now, and I have the deputy governor in here looking at me like, right. You said it, I heard you. This is the event that's named after me. So yes, sir. I will have to come now. You're gonna hold that over me.
Let's go.
So in studio, I am welcoming the Honorable Franz Manderson, Deputy Governor. We have Miss Jennifer Ahearn, Chief Sustainability Officer in the Office of the Deputy Governor and co-chair of the DG's 5K Challenge Planning Committee. We have Miss Natasha Wight. She's from 1 to 1, one of the charities that benefits from the DG 5K. Miss Melanie Ebanks-Jackson from the Girls Brigade. And Mr. Winston Hayles from the Cayman Islands Scouts. Also two other charities that will be benefiting from the DG 5K. So good morning, everybody. How are we doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Doing very well. Thanks.
Okay, excellent. No problem. It's good to have you on. I'm happy to have you. I like to have you on the show. So, and I barely get to see the DG 5K or the DG, I should say. So I'm happy to be talking about the 5K. And I know that you've had two events already in March. We had, I think it was the 9th in Little Cayman, and then the 16th in the Brack. So tell us how that went. Let's recap on that a little bit.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for having us this morning. It is a beautiful day in the Cayman Islands, and it's a great day to sign up for the DG 5K. So, but first, yes, to answer your question, we had the start in Little Cayman. Normally we start in Cayman Brack. But that was going to clash with our culture show, I believe. So we moved things around a bit. The team pivoted. Ms. Ahearn and her team always pivot and deliver an outstanding event. So we started off in Little Cayman. Ms. Melanie was there representing her charity, and we had about 57 persons attend, which is like half the population.
I was about to say.
So we were overjoyed. We had some amazing cookies on the route, which is always a staple in Little Cayman. The name of the
Seahorse Cafe.
The Seahorse Cafe.
If you haven't been, you must go.
Yeah, they have occasionally done some chocolate croissants for us as well. But this year,
I hope you're enticing me for
amazing,
Sunday.
Yes, they had some amazing chocolates, cookies for us. And then in Cayman Brac, again, the turnout was really amazing. We had over 100 persons there. And what was, I think, very impactful for me was there's such a cross-section of the community. There was older persons, there were very young persons, there were some students. People came over from Cayman Brac. Miss Melanie again was there with her family. And it was a great cross-section of the community, and everyone just had a really great time. And now we're gearing up for Grand Cayman. And our message is simple, is that if you care about yourself, you want to exercise and get out, get active. If you care about the community, you should give back. And we have identified 3 outstanding charities who do some excellent work with our young people. So when I see, or when we see, or when you see issues in our community, you have a choice. You can stand on the sidelines and complain, or you can get involved. The DG's 5K is a great opportunity for you to spend $25 and get involved in supporting our charities in the Cayman Islands. So I challenge people, listen, don't just call up a talk show and complain. Actually do something. And this is the chance to do something. And you're going to get your heart rate up. You're going to meet some amazing people that you haven't seen in a long time, and you're going to support some outstanding charities. So there's really no downside to this.
I agree with you 100% there. And we have the Grand Cayman event happening this Sunday.
This Sunday.
So we only have a couple of days left to register, which is Kathy, get your name in there. I know.
Yeah.
I feel the vibes coming. But how can people register for Sunday's event?
So the online registration has closed. It closed last night at 5. But you can still register in person today and tomorrow at the Government Administration Building in the public lobby. Unfortunately, if you missed the online registration, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for your registration fee. So for adults, it's $35, and for children, which is 17 and under, it is $20. And we would ask that you bring cash. And if you have exact cash, that would be even better.
Right.
And we will be there today and tomorrow between 9 and 5:30. For people to pick up their race packages if you did register online, or if you haven't registered yet, to come in and get signed up. As the DG said, it's just such a great morning, and you come out and we've got the music playing, and you get to see all the people in the DG blue shirts on the start line and get the energy up, and before you know it, you've finished your 5K, and then you're maybe winning one of our awesome raffle prizes, maybe an age group medal, having some muffins that the governor's chef, Chef Mark from Government House, is making a whole bunch of muffins. We're going to have coffee and tea available, some fruit, and Tano Chips will be there giving out samples, and Rehoboth Physical Therapy, I think. I probably butchered that, but they'll be giving out some massages, some free massages. So there's really something for everyone. So just get signed up if you haven't already, and come out and be part of the fun.
Okay, I love it. That you have enticed me. So
let's go.
It doesn't have to be cookies or chocolate croissants, but muffins work as well, and coffee.
Yeah,
I will need that.
Big one.
Yeah.
And as the DG pointed out, that this is about supporting your community more than anything. And we know that any sort of movement for your body is so important, especially as you get a little older and we get really, really busy. We don't always focus on that, but it's so important. So when it comes to supporting your community, we have 3 charities that we do have in studio with us now. And Miss Natasha, if you could tell us about One-to-One, what being a part of this event means for One-to-One.
I feel like we've been in here like every week for the last 2 months,
but not with me.
One-to-One is formerly Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Cayman Islands. So we provide vulnerable youth within the community with an adult mentor who provides them with support, friendship, that kind of extra hand in their life to make sure they do not go off the tracks. So we like to think of ourselves as kind of getting in on the ground floor, kind of stopping that crisis from happening, because we provide these children with a stable adult outside of their family who can provide all of those necessary confident resilience, all those things that we're trying to instill in these children every day in order for them to be productive members of our society. So we match adults and children from the community based on interest, based on what they like to do, and then we support them throughout their journey.
Okay. I remember you and I had an interview, I think, was it last week or the week before?
Last
we
week.
did, yeah. It was a great one. I learned a lot
Yeah.
about one-to-one. I love what you guys are doing there, and I know that you are looking for more mentors as
we
well.
are always looking for mentors, especially men, and especially Caymanian men would be lovely, and people who are out in the eastern districts. We really need people from Bodden Town up to support. We have 23 young men waiting for mentors, and we're just trying really hard to make sure the word gets out there. We really want to help them so that they don't end up on a path where we can't help them anymore.
Right, especially if they're there seeking the help.
Exactly.
You know, they put themselves forward, so we need some adults to also put their time forward and help guide these
We
children.
do.
It's so important. Again, it's about growing our community and nurturing our community in the best way we can.
It is. And it's such a worthy feeling when you're, working with a young person and seeing them change and being a part of the change. And like I said on our talk the other day, we have mentors who escort their mentee off to university and go with them and set them up. We have mentors who show up when parents die. We have mentors who provide jobs. We have mentors who fridges and washers have broken down and they've taken their time, energy, and money and found a way to figure it out. So it's one of those things that people overlook, but it really is necessary.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Miss Melanie Ebanks-Jackson with the Girls Brigade.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for having me, Miss Miller.
No problem.
So my name is Melanie. I work with the West Bay Girls Brigade. I'm the captain there, and I'm also the secretary of the National Council. So we've actually been around for 7 to 8 years. We're celebrating our 7th to 9th year in November.
Wow.
So yes, the late Mrs. Olive Miller was our founder of blessed memory. So we are an international, interdenominational Christian youth organization for girls aging from 5 to 18 years of age. So we offer a varied program designed to educate, challenge, and inspire young girls in a safe environment of Christian teaching. So we have different sections dependent on age, and within those sections we focus on 4 main areas. So we have our spiritual aspect, our service, our educational, and our physical. So we're in 5 districts, so it's very easy to get one of our companies. We're in West Bay, Georgetown, Savannah, Bodden Town, and Northside. We have approximately 150 to 200 girls that meet weekly, and we have 35 dedicated volunteers who come out and give so freely of their time to, again, instill these Christian values in our girls in our community.
All right, and if being a benefactor of the funds raised helps put these programs together.
It does, and we actually but with us being international, we have international conferences every 4 years. So the next one will be held in the Cook Islands. So we're going to our Pacific Fellowship, and so we want to get some of the girls and our young leaders there just to give them the international exposure and to gain a global perspective, just so they can build their confidence. They can take back what they've learned from the program and bring it to us locally.
Okay, I love that, especially a little trip to the Cook Islands for these young ladies. I think that would be a great experience. That would be. We have to go to a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear from Mr. Winston Hayles and the CI Scouts.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Rotary Central Dr. Bill Rudy Science Fair, a family-friendly event Saturday, April 5th, 8:30 a.m. through noon, the Arc Sports Center, Camana Bay. The annual adventure unleashing the magic of science, the wonderment of limitless exploration, over 50 science projects and experiments representing budding scientists from schools across the Cayman Islands. sourcing energy, exploring the environment, oceanography, agronomy, rocket propulsion, medical technology, drone technology, water security, eco-solutions, math, chemistry, physics, biology, engineering, nanotechnology. The Rotary Central Science Fair 2025, Saturday, April 5, Camana Bay. Every child needs to see and feel the magic of science, the magic of Rotary.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service. The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking everything about the DG 5K Challenge. The Grand Cayman event takes place this Sunday. Did we say where we're starting off or we're kicking off for the location? I can't remember if that detail was shared.
Miss Jennifer can give you all the details.
Starts right here at the Government Administration Building, and and you'll go up Elgin Avenue, down Walker's Road, or I guess it's Smith Road at that point, and then it becomes Walker's Road. Melmac, I think, is where we turn to go down towards the waterfront. We'll have the team from the HSA at the halfway mark cheering you on, and we have a beautiful walk back along the waterfront into town, and then back up through town, past the library, around the post office, around Anderson Square, and then everybody can do the final sprint to the finish in front of the government admin building.
Even more reason for me to come because it's a 2-minute drive from where I live. So
no excuses.
No excuses at all. I know the DG will be like, Kathy. Monday will come and he's like, I didn't see you. All right. We were talking about some of the charities that are benefiting from the funds raised for this year's DG 5K. And Mr. Winston Hayles with the CI Scouts, I have to hear from you. How are you doing?
I am doing so very well.
Excellent.
Pleasant good morning to you, and thanks for having us. Pleasant good morning to your listening public. The Scout Association is mandated to contribute to the holistic development and continuous education of young people. It's a non-uniform educational movement, although some people think, oh, it's just an organization for leisure time, activities and fun. Yes, that. But much more, because the organization seek to instill and inculcate in young people positive values, traditional values, values that relate to patriotism, honesty, loyalty, building character. And you know, I must state that sowing in the lives of our young people is the greatest legacy we can leave behind. Because when we shall have gone from this place, yes, it will not matter what we own now or what we do now. But the most important thing is that we would have contributed to the development of young people.
Absolutely.
And so we are really very thankful for all the individuals who continue to sow in the lives of our young and impressionable. Scouting started a long, long time ago, 1907. By Lord Baden-Powell. We might have known the history. It came to Cayman in the late 1920s, around about 1928, by one Reverend Ed Beale. And over the years, the movement has had its high and lows. And in 1935, one Mr. Ernest Panton took the organization and ran with it, and he did a marvelous job heading up and leading. Matter of fact, he was the first what we call district commissioner in that time. Now it would be chief commissioner. Currently our chief commissioner is Mr. Oric Connor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
we found that out on one of our
right.
PLC.
And so Mr. Panton did an absolutely marvelous job in expanding the movement. It was during that time that several of the scouts went from Cayman to Trinidad to become a part of the Royal Naval Reserve. And so, you know, scouting has been contributing for a long, long time now to nation building and to the development of young people.
Very important. And from my understanding, it also teaches quite a lot of life skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And more than anything else, too, the whole idea is to ensure that young people accept and become contributing members of the society.
Yes. Yeah. A very important role that the
Very important
Scouts
role
play.
indeed, yes.
Absolutely. And part of the funds raised for the Scouts also helps you implement these programs and carry out the initiatives that you need to
You
help
have-
build our young people.
You have said that so very well.
You know, it's been a minute since I've been doing this now, so I can find the phrases.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. We know that the DG5K over the years has had a great impact on the Cayman Islands. Can we talk about that a little bit? What you have been able to raise, the impact, the significance that you've had in Cayman.
Yes, we were very proud about what we started. As I said the last time I was here, I changed my lifestyle in like 2012. I started to go to more 5Ks, started to get more active. But I didn't, when I was doing these 5Ks, there wasn't a lot of civil servants there, and there was a lot of Caymanians there. And I was saying to Ms. Ahearn, what can we do to get more civil servants involved, get in a healthy lifestyle, get more of our people involved? And she said, well, maybe you should do your own 5K. So I said, that's a great idea. And we started in 2014. We raised $12,500 for hospice, which is now Jasmine. Mr. Derek Haynes was doing his marathons to raise money, so we're very proud. We got off to a good start. But in 2015, we were able to give $50,000 to Special Olympics, and I remember they needed the money to go off to the Olympics, the Special Olympics in Los Angeles. And when our Caymanian group came out from in the tunnel and seeing that and knowing that we were part of it was a very proud moment. In 2016, we gave $60,000 to the Cayman Heart Fund so that they could buy a state-of-the-art new ambulance, which I think I've actually had the unpleasure of actually being in the ambulance. But it was yes. And in 2017, we had YMCA. They were building their ropes challenge, and we raised $85,000 for them, and they did a great job. And the ropes challenge is still there at the Field of Dreams. In 2018, we raised $89,000 for Feed Our Future, Meals on Wheels, the Kiwanis Club of Grand Cayman for their breakfast program. We also gave the Caymanian Community Care Center in Cayman Brac, and we had 2 students in Little Cayman, so we gave them some money to build a grow box. In 2019, we raised $82,000 for the Crisis Center, Alex Panton Foundation, and the Special Needs Foundation of the Cayman Islands. In 2022, we got all the way to $98,000, and we gave that money to the Cancer Society, the MS Foundation of the Cayman Islands, and Alzheimer's and Dementia Association of the Cayman Islands for the work that they do. And then 2023, $82,500 for the Red Cross, Loud Silent Voices, and United Against Bullying Foundation. And then last year, we raised $90,000 for Boys to Men, NCVO, and the Addison Keller Memorial Scholarship Fund. So we have touched just about all of the charities that we have in the Cayman Islands that do real outstanding things. The government can't do everything. So we rely very heavily on our partners in the private sector to just be there for our young people, whether it is, as I said, the Kiwanis providing breakfast, or Jasmine and the work that they do, the Cayman Heart Fund that promotes a healthy lifestyle as well. And together, so all of those total $649,000. So
that's amazing.
Where we just
you guys
started,
should be very proud of yourself.
I think our goal was to raise $5,000, back in 2014. So we have sort of exceeded expectations here. So I want to give a big thank you to Ms. Jennifer. She leads the steering committee and makes all of this happen. I just show up, So she does a really good job. She has a great team and great volunteers, and then we have amazing charities. And what I have seen throughout my career, when we all come together whether it's the government, the private sector, the public sector, the community, amazing things happen. You know, just come together.
I agree with
and
you.
And support each other.
I agree.
And some amazing things will happen.
Now, before I ask Jennifer to give us some closing details here, I want to ask you, because you have directly benefited from what you guys have been able to raise in the past for the DG5K. You've had the unpleasure, you said, of having to be carried in the ambulance. So can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so, and I'm now unfortunately a heart hero as well. I have some event next week. So, yeah, in 2022, I think it was, I had a heart attack. I was at the gym. And because I had been, you know, I had supported the Heart Fund, I have gone to the healthcare conference that Ms. Ahearn and her team used to put on when she was in health. And I always remember people saying, if you have chest pains, do not ignore it. And I was in the gym. I was working out 5 days a week. I was feeling really great. But I had finished my exercise, my personal training session, and I went on the treadmill. And 1 minute into the treadmill exercise, I felt a pain in my chest. And it was just an uncomfortable feeling. I thought it was indigestion or something. And I got off the treadmill, got on my phone, did a little work, waiting for the pain to go away, but it didn't. And I said, well, I'm not sure what this is. So I went into the showers to change off, and the pain just got worse. So when I finished, I said to my trainer, and I never forget these words, listen, I got a little pain in my chest. I'm going to go and get it checked out. And he said, do you need a ride? I'm like, no, it's fine. Because at the time, the pain was not that bad. I thought maybe I'd pulled a muscle or something. But when I got into the car, I was at a gym that is in Industrial Park. And when I got into the car, I called my wife and I said, listen, I got this pain in my chest. I'm going to the hospital. And she's a big prayer, so she started to pray. And when I got to Foster's, then the roundabout corner there, it got really worse. And that's when I realized I was having a heart attack. So I kept going. I got straight to the hospital, and as God would have it, there was no traffic.
You drove yourself to the hospital while you were having a heart attack.
Yeah, definitely.
That's wild.
Yeah, so not something you should do apparently.
No.
But I was able to get through it. When I got to CMB roundabout, I started to get a lot of cold sweat, and I realized then, yes, Franz, get to the hospital. But I think I'm embarrassed to say that when I got to the hospital, I did something really stupid. So I drove into the back by the emergency, and I looked at the handicap parking and said, I don't think I'm handicapped. So I wouldn't park there. So I drove around a bit more, looking for a place to park, because I didn't want to park in the handicap parking spot. And by that time, the pain was extreme. They say that when you have a heart attack, it feels like an elephant is sitting on your chest. Well, it was like that. It was really, really, really bad. When I got out of the car and then looked to see how far I had to walk to get to the hospital, I was not very pleased with my parking choice. I should have just drove up and jumped out and went inside. But thankfully, some amazing doctors at HSA, they responded exceptionally well. I was then taken over by ambulance over to Doctor's Hospital, and again, they did amazing work. They went in through my wrist and put 3 stents in my heart, and now I'm good. So, but it was again, when I look back at it, it was because I was in the gym. I was strong. I was paying attention. I was eating right. I was doing a lot of things. But what I had been doing for the last 40 years of not eating right and not exercising regularly caught up with me. So, just listen to my story, and you will know the importance of healthy exercise.
Yeah. And it's something like that. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I didn't know all those details, so I appreciate you sharing that.
Sure.
It almost made me a little emotional there, and I'm glad you made it to the hospital without anything terrible happening.
Yes.
And it's important to share these things, because you are at a time in your life where you realized, hey, I do need to exercise. I do need to do this movement, and it still kind of hit you, but you keep going, and you've kept going, and you're a great example of that. So cardiovascular health is so important. So something like these, the DG 5K, the 5K, the marathons, other events like this, anything that cause you to get going and get moving is so important, because movement is medicine.
Yeah.
It's so much a part of our life, and we can't ever let go of that, no matter what era in life that you're in. We have to wrap. And so, Ms. Ahearn, if I could ask you to give us some closing details.
I will, really quickly. But I would just say to people that it's a walk-run. So just because we're talking about, running and a timed event, if you want to come and just take a morning stroll, you will find lots of company on the course to do that as well. But yeah, the big day is coming. It's Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m. sharp. We will be starting from in front of the Government Administration Building. Please plan to arrive early so that you're ready to go. We ask people to bring your own reusable water bottle. We're trying to minimize the amount of waste that we generate with the event, so BYOB. We will have water available on the course as well. The race registration is still going today and tomorrow. It's in person at the Government Administration Building, cash only, $35 for adults, $20 for 17 and under. And we're also doing the race package pickup. So if you registered online, you can come today and tomorrow between 9 o'clock and 5:30 to pick up your shirt and your race number. No dogs are allowed on the course. We've had a couple of inquiries about that. Strollers, you're welcome to come and put your baby in the stroller. Please do come, be part of the fun, help us support these amazing charities. Stick around after for some coffee, some of Chef Mark's muffins, and maybe you'll win one of our awesome raffle prizes or even an age group medal. We have medals for the top 3 finishers in each age group. But we will look forward to seeing everyone there.
Yes.
Any sponsors for that?
And I want to do a shout out because, thank you, Kathy. We could not do what we do without our amazing volunteers and also our sponsors. The DG talked about the money that we've been able to raise, and a big part of that are the sponsors. Huge thanks to Appleby. They're our diamond sponsors this year. They've been sponsoring us since the second year when we decided to get serious about the fundraising piece, and we're really grateful for their continued support. Butterfield have increased their sponsorship this year to platinum. Very grateful to Butterfield for that. At gold, we have Ernst & Young, Cineco, Davenport Development, the Civil Service Cooperative, the Credit Union, and DART. At the halfway point, as I mentioned earlier, the Health Services Authority team will be there cheering you on. We have 3 water stops this year. PwC, Maples, and Deloitte have very kindly sponsored those. At Silver, we have Denton's, Walker's, KPMG, Health City, Circumference FS, London and Amsterdam, and Chris Johnson and Associates. And then to keep you on track on the road and let you know how you're doing, we have some kilometer markers as well, and they've been sponsored by Century 21, Foster's, and Campbell. So we're very grateful to all of our sponsors for their fantastic support, and to all of our volunteers who help make the DG 5K magic happen. We are so grateful for everyone.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, you can have 5 seconds, Winston. Yes.
Just to say that words are definitely inadequate to say thanks to the Deputy Governor and Mrs. Ahearn and their hard-working team for all that they do for charities, and in particular us here this year. We're being honored in this way. Thank you so much, sir. We're greatly appreciative.
Yeah.
Oh, and thanks for considering us amazing.
Yes, you are amazing.
I wish we had more time because there's so many other details we could get into, but we got to wrap. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And remember, the DG 5K is this Sunday, the 30th of March. And if you want to sign up, you have today and tomorrow left. You can do so at the government building. All right. Thanks for joining us. And I'll be back with our listeners on Tuesday.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And by Yum. Daily school lunch menus are available to browse on the Yum website. Just visit yumcayman.ky for more